Working with innovation ecosystems is very, very interesting because there are so many ideas which just pop up from the different connections and when reading, and then it's like a matrix of different things which can have possibilities if we are thinking in an innovative way and we're working together. So this we have been doing in our innovation ecosystem, which is located in Ulrika, Sweden, but we have international network and we work in the hybrid mode, physically, locally, digitally, internationally. And that gives a pretty interesting mix of things and ideas. And to show how things can evolve just possibly and how we get ideas is that recently, since last year, we started to be active in industrial hemp. Not on the material development, but related to building networks. And we got contact with one hemp initiator from Latvia, who's working really hard to build up the hemp community in Latvia and having a non-governmental organization activity to just people to get them together, ministries and farmers and business people. So it's a very driven man behind this. Ernest, you're doing good. And in Sweden, we have also networking possibilities, and we are using the local context, farming, forest, the small city town development, and issues like that. So that's how we got together, because we started to discuss how to build communities. And now we're working on an application, or free applications actually, related to industrial hemp for the new developments, and particularly hemp material for buildings. So that can be a complementary thing to timber based from forest material or the other materials, but especially all of these activities should be combined in the best possible way for eco materials to develop more, and then we reduce the amount of cement and steel and those CO2 emitting materials or causing emission. So in that way, we have a sustainable approach of what we want to do using our innovation ecosystems and our competencies, the network and collaboration spirit. So here we are now working on describing the case related to hemp, building up innovation ecosystems, and it's a pretty complex thing. But basically, it is about raising awareness at the communities at different places, and we should have understanding that the communities can interact to make more possibilities. Maybe this actor has something which this needs, and this has something which this needs, and so on. So we can link these things. Because one region, one place cannot grow itself, because you don't have all the different aspects which are needed to broaden up. You have some core activities, but not everything which is needed to make this on a higher level, national level or global level. That's why we need partnerships. So there will be complementary things and also people working together so we can help each other. In such way, we will reach much longer. So there now, we're working on describing this, that we have a couple of communities at different countries in the Baltic Sea region. So this is very close. We can actually physically meet without taking airplane even. So then we can travel in a sustainable way because we only have one border to cross. It's not in Asia or Africa somewhere where you need to have a long distance flight and collaborate. There we need to find new ways how to create the exchange. But here we can meet physically very easily. And the good thing about meeting physically is that then you build up trust. You don't know each other from the beginning. You know that this is something interesting, but you don't know, and you don't make business with people you don't know. So you need to know them in some way. which means that we will meet in various ways. We can build up the case digitally, meeting online, phone calls, and so on. And then we need to meet, we discuss things, we have a nice dinner, maybe go to the sauna, have a beer, things like that, which makes us to understand more about the persons being active. And then we will collaborate in a longer term because we have understandings of each other's persons. So then Baltic Sea region is very close for meeting, and we already have some built up, established relations. For example, in Sweden, we build houses or set up houses. People buy the area, and then we have a house. It comes from Baltic Sea region countries, and then you put it up, and then it's up. This is established. So logistics, partnerships are already there. So if we do this similar in hemp for the construction materials, but also other things related to food, for example, we have an arena of food which is being established here. So then that could also create relations related to industrial hemp. You grow it at different places, and then you find ways how to use it. And it cannot only be locally, because that will not grow in a sustainable way. And what we would need to do if we establish these ones, there will be people interested and they start business or make more business. It's basically business creation, because otherwise these ideas will not survive. And if we manage to do this, then we need to take it to next levels in some way. So there, this morning actually, I read about a company who are doing data-driven marketing. It was a post on LinkedIn, which very good platform. Feel free to connect about this, and that they are growing rapidly since last 3 years. They have been growing very fast, and one of the founders is in my network list, and her experience is fantastic. So it's a driven person who does real things. And if they have data-driven marketing and using data to analyze the market, if we would take this and put it in to the communities, so we create this as a service to a community, a network related to hemp, it is a valuable way to show that we are trying to take things to the next level already during the project. And these ideas I like because we have some idea, someone has some experience, and we're floating around in different ways and not meeting each other, and then suddenly comes something which could potentially be a new partnership and collaboration just by us being active. And that's the value of social media, that if you are open with what you're doing, then more people will know about what you are doing, and then there will be more opportunities. And especially when people are active to try to find these things. And active people is crucial in networks. So then, this marketing thing would be a strategic way. And the second thing we are doing as a strategic implementation in our communities is that we align this with smart specialization strategy. And many of you have probably not heard about this, but this basically, European Commission says that all regions in Europe should do more, and they should do it in a smart way. And then regions should find areas of strength and focus a little bit more on those. And then the European funding support for regional development and so on, those money will come there because you are making a smart plan. It's about focusing in areas of strength. This is smart specialization. And it comes from European Commission, which means that it will happen anyway. Whatever we think, it will happen. It will make a change, and it will be implemented. But local farmers, small companies, researchers, they have not heard about this, and regional people are doing the activities and trying to put the pieces together. But there's still a gap. and I'm working in this gap to support how to make links and partner in EU projects and other activities just to facilitate this to happen. And the interesting thing is that if we say that in our community, the hemp community network which is being established, we try to align with regional development by smart specialization areas. And there will always be matching things. And in such a way, we can say that we are making a sensible plan because we build growth, we make marketing strategy, which is systematic, and then we align with regional development. Now we have smart specialization strategy. Next comes the sustainable smart specialization strategy. So this is called S3 and this is S4. So it shows that there's an evolution of the smart specialization by European Commission. It will happen. And in such way, we can say that when we align with smart specialization, we will also align with sustainable smart specialization, which means that we are actually going towards the goal of sustainable development goals, which are more far away, they are broader, and it's difficult to say how we will actually contribute to those. But when we say that we have this plan, smart specialization, sustainable smart specialization, we are taking the steps in this direction, the right direction, to actually make a global impact. And that's a sensible approach. We take the strength we have from the hemp initiators, farmers, business people, and we can add on the strategic marketing plan and other things in smart specialization. So this is what we are doing. And when you have an innovation ecosystem, then there will be different aspects which can be important. We need to characterize the material, the hemp material, the fibers, and the process material. So we need to have that understanding. We also need to understand how these things will grow on the farming fields, and issues like if this year it will be very dry or very rainy, then it will be also different conditions for the hemp to grow. So climate is there, water is there, and we need to understand biodiversity and other things. And we need to understand the material properties. We need to understand the local actors who are active in these communities, who are building something, who are doing something, and then we focus on them. We don't focus on those who are not active. If they are not active due to various reasons in networking and contributing, it's no meaning to focus on them. So we will focus on those who are active and show initiating. So this is an interesting aspect of the innovation ecosystem, how to think about taking things from the early stage, like research, new research areas, and towards a market and establish it. Then we need to collaborate in different ways. And like this morning when I read this post, I got an idea, ding, and that person was very positive to meet, said, yes, let's meet, have an online meeting and discuss. Yeah, there seem to be interesting things here. And it is those things which actually will make change when we have new ideas and communities. This is similar in research. We will need to do more of action-driven research, not the passive ones for scientific interest. That is a basic thing, a core thing, but we need more of the action-driven research, which wants to make impact. And then we need to take some sensible steps. What is the next step after the research? Innovation, entrepreneurship, those are only steps along the way towards to make a business. And this is the motivation why this will succeed in comparison to the other research or when we apply for projects. This is a strength. So that was a morning reflection on a beautiful day which is coming. So I feel the spring again. So I'm very positive, and thanks to this Reading this post, I got this idea to share my thoughts, which might be a little bit all over the place, but this is the part of the matrix of an innovation ecosystem, and we have one where we are located in Ulrika, Sweden, and we are happy to collaborate with anyone who is active to make a change that matters.